Rude.
We've just shared that the
So
ego is a
rude.
destructive presence in our minds that causes us constant pain and suffering. What we'll look at now is how it keeps us stuck in a never-ending cycle of sin, guilt, and fear. We need to see and understand this cycle, or we will be forever trapped in it. The ego cycle begins with anger. We are all sitting on far more anger than we realize. The Course says that a slight twinge of annoyance is nothing but a veil drawn over intense fury. Our anger then expresses itself in the form of attack, where we say or do something hurtful to another. We may feel justified in what we did, but somewhere inside we believe it was a sin. And we think that this sin has changed us, tarnishing our innocence. We may even believe it has turned us into a bad person. The Course refers to a lingering belief that you have made a
You're not
devil
watching me, are
of
you?
God's Son. In truth,
Stop
we have
watching
merely
me.
made a mistake. It's entirely
Stop.
correctable, but we do not realize
You're
this.
making me
And
nervous.
so we feel guilt. This
What are you
guilt
doing,
is
Jackie?
largely unconscious, but its effects are
What are you doing,
devastating
my baby?
nonetheless. Our guilt tells us that we deserve to be punished. And then our powerful minds dream that punishment into our lives in the form of illness, calamity, and ultimately death. This is why the Course makes the remarkable claim that guilt is the sole cause of pain in any form. You can see then how guilt would naturally lead to fear. We unconsciously fear that all the attack we have put out will one day return to us. The Course says whenever you respond to your ego, you will experience guilt and you will fear punishment. Fear is where this whole cycle ends up. It starts with attack, a show of strength and dominance,
Oh,
but it
hello,
ends
Basleal.
with
How
us
are you, my
feeling weak
friend?
and frightened.
Good to
And
see you.
that is how we tend to spend our days. The Course says we are afraid to go ahead, afraid to stay, afraid to waken or to go to
We're
sleep,
just afraid.
afraid of every sound, yet more afraid of stillness. This picture may sound gloomy, but we can step outside of all of
Good
it.
morning,
The
Lee.
Course repeatedly assures us that nothing in this cycle is truly justified. It
I'm
teaches
glad to see
that
you,
sin
Lee.
is not real, that guilt is always totally insane, and that fear is not justified in any form. This means there is a way out of this debilitating cycle. And in the next part, we will begin looking at what it
I am well. How are you, Basleal? How are you, Lee?
We have just learned how the ego keeps us stuck in a cycle of
Let me know I have permission. Dum, 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 dum. Give me just a second. I need to put my credits in. Lee says he's not bad. He's going to need to get some eye drops later. And Basilio is feeling good. Are you, what's going on with your eyes? Are you affected by allergies at all, Lee, by the way? Atlanta was flooded. How in the summer? Well, that's when the rain comes. Lee says, so I went to the river yesterday, not far from one of my bottle dumps. I sat a while, then decided to have a little dig. Oh, and Basil says, any interesting findings? I want to know too. Cinder ash got in your eyes. Allergies, never, no, never checked. Why would you if you don't experience any? Oh, sadly interesting but deadly. Sucker. Basil says, I am just about to depart. Have a lovely stream, guys. Appreciate you both. Bye, Basil. Have a safe day. Have a fun day. Have a magic-filled day. I love you, friend. Lee says, so my site was very close to an active railway line and power generator. And Lee says, Basil, be safe. Hope to see you soon and enjoy the day. Basil says, love you too, Cat, and amen to all the blessings. Lee says, it means I can't go back to that site ever again. I just uploaded a short on it. It was a grenade. Oh, wow. Hi, Milton. It is a dog. I can't wait to go see that short, Lee. So, because it's next to the railway and the power, what did you call it? The power generator. Are you not allowed to go back there? Is it not good for you to go back there? Is it because of what you found you'll never go back there? I have questions. It shows as seen and on the side. As seen and the side. Okay. Lee says, I don't want to go back, and the farmer doesn't want anyone there now due to health and safety. I see. Lee says, given where it was and finds it be 1942 and being close to an infrastructure, there could be many more. Oh gosh. So what do you do when you find something like that, Lee? Do you call somebody? Who do you call? Ghostbusters. Oh my gosh. He says they come in boxes of 12 or 36 only. One turned up, the rest may be in the area. Wow. In this case, it was put in the field and the army came to destroy. Were you allowed to film that? I'm just thinking that would be something wild to see. When they come to destroy something like that, if they blow it up, can they tell if it was active by the way the explosion happens? Like, would it be double the explosion because it was active? No, you didn't hang about. I didn't think you would. As soon as I asked, I was like, I bet you he didn't. My friend Lee's not about that. That's amazing. There's so many things to find there. Yes, they can tell, but this had pin across the arm, so it was active. Oh, silly me. I'd pick it up and be like, what's this? Well, I'm glad you're safe, Lee. Wow, what an adventure. So, I don't know what I was going to ask. Nope, if there's danger, I go. Oh my gosh, today I'm lucky as I hit it with a spade. Wow. Wowly. Get goosebumps. Hi, Milton. Where are you from? Lee from Magnetic North Adventure says, you often find iron furnace waste. Never expect that when see short that uploaded, you can see the side that it knocked off an extra level of rust off. Okay. Do you want to do you have the link for that short? You can post it. That way if you post it, it'll be easy for me to go to my laptop and just click on the link when I end the live. I'm so glad you're okay. Lee from Magnetic North Adventure says, given the site 1942, it could be where things dumped. And just 9 years later, a power generator was built. Yeah, thanks for that link. Thank you. So are you going to take today to just relax and appreciate being alive? Is this a day of Thanksgiving? Okay, this is just gross. I'm going to mute you for a second. Look at Jack's head. He's so funny. No, you have 2 fort tours to do. You just keep on going. Lee from Magnetic North Adventures says, like my theme song, never stop. I can rest when they return me to the earth. Lee says, Lee from Magnetic North Adventure says, today gets me another 2 videos. That will take me to the end of July. So any filming after today will be August videos. That's awesome. You're trying to get well in front, and then you can save travel money towards USA. I woke up really, really phlegmy today. I may let all fines go soon also. I hear you talking about that. Actually, I was telling my daughter about you, Lee. The other day we were talking, and I was telling her about how you carry little, try to have very little belongings. And she says, that's such a lovely way to be, because we just aspire to be that way. He says, you woke up. That's the main thing. I just hope your day goes well. I think it will. They've got me scheduled to stay very busy, which just makes the day go by faster. Unless I have to sit around somewhere. That is torture. I hate waiting. I'd rather just keep moving. Unless I'm at home, then it's a totally different story. It's weird. Thank you. I hope your day goes well too, Lee. Lee from Magnetic North Adventure says nature provides healing, health, happiness, and joy. It could provide shelter. There's not much more you could want in life. Oh, Lee says, I got an hour, so I thought I'd come spend time here. I know it's appreciated. So appreciated. And if I didn't see you one day, I would really miss you and wonder about you and probably really worry about you. You become a bit of a fixture in my life, Lee. I hope I never take you for granted. Lee from Magnetic North Adventure says, I sorted my phone out, so I have a new one. Also, much better camera. Oh, that's great. Lee says, thank you. It's good to know, Kat. That's not your nature. Lee from Magnetic North Adventure says, I really appreciate you also, Kat. You're a very good friend. The minimalist life is And if that's the way forward, we come into this world without possessions, we leave without them, but we go with the knowledge, learn and love, peace and tranquility way. Minimalist life is the way forward. I agree. I think hanging on to things, it's I don't know. I think there's something about letting go. But I know when there's memories attached, it's really hard. It's really hard. I used to do home health care, and the lady I worked for, she went through the Great Depression, so she hung on to everything, and I always used to tease her, and she was very good about it. She didn't take offense, but she called herself a hoarder. But I understood where that came from. But slowly over time, I have become one myself. If you peeked in my closets, in my attic, in my basement, you would know. But I do feel like I would be much freer if I could let stuff go. Mr. Dollar City 360, hi there. Good to see you. Lee from Magnetic North Adventure says, my joy in finding stuff is there in cleaning the planet, the rivers, the sea, the land. My videos are my memories. Nicely. Mr. Dollar City, I don't know if you, I guess probably not. Oh my gosh. Lee, is this the video where you're holding it and it's all covered with stuff? I can't hear it. I'm just looking at the picture. Oh, I didn't even get to like it. Okay, let me come back. Yes, that's it. Cat, come back. Watch with sound. I will. I wanted to share this in case Mr. Dollar City wanted to check it out. So when you were holding it for the video, did you know what it was? I promise I'll go back and listen to it with sound, but I'm dying to know. Lisa, shock, horror, a hoarder. Oh no, that's terrible, Cat. There's a cure. It's called a declutter. Ask, do I really need it? Have I used it 3 months? If no, let it. Listen, my whole house would be empty if I did that. When I see lumps on the side, I knew I had. You've had many in past on magnets. Okay. All right. It's killing me. Oh, go back, Cat. What did you do? Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, I can't stand it anymore. Let's see.
So, bottle digging, and the lumps come out. Doesn't look much, does it? But just chipped a bit of the incrustation off, and recognise these square lumps.
And if you want to see more, you have to click on the video.
If I
I don't want to give it all away. I'm going to go around the corner and watch. Oh my gosh, Lee. You are so calm. Oh my goodness. Now I gotta turn myself down. Shrapnel are the lumps. Oh, okay. You've got to be careful. If not, panic can be the end. I know, but I don't know if it would be so much for me. It'd be like excited panic. Like, um, like seeing a bear with her cubs really close, but yet you're still safe. It's an excited kind of scary kind of thing. That's me. I was one of the first times I was out fishing over in Elizabethton. Across the river, there was a mama bear and her two cubs, and they were up high, high on the cliff, but they saw us, and the babies ran up in a tree. That was so cute. Lee from Magnetic North Adventures says, I was the first one, but then you realize what they're made for and what they do when they go up. That could take out a tank. Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Do you agree, Jack? Wow. So was this found on the farmer's property? I just wonder if it was his property. I mean, how does he, well, proceed on his own property? Lee says, I didn't intend to dig that day. I wanted peace and found a different peace. I think I lost more red hair to be gray now. Oh my goodness, I bet. Wow, I'm just so glad you're okay. Yes, that field has never been plowed. Yes, it was on his property and that field has never been plowed. Boy, that gives pause to a person. I got you, hair. Grab coffee, tired and making errors. We all do that without any cause, just because, tired or no. But please get your coffee. I would never deny a person their coffee, unless it was the very last cup, and I'd be selfish and take it. I'd say there's no more, and I'd go around the corner and drink the last cup. We're talking about coffee now. We're not talking about the last bit of food on the world, just a cup of coffee. Lee says, I'd gladly donate the coffee. I become the Minosaur. Have you ever heard of the Minosaur? My granddaughter, when she was a baby, she had this book. It's called The Minosaur. And the Minosaur always said, it's mine, 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 about certain things. That's me with coffee. Lee says, but if it was the last coffee, even I'd say, right, we need to be wise and donate to the earth so we can grow more. Oh. So smart. Hi, Carl. Good morning. I do not own shares in the coffee house. You know, I tried that mushroom coffee. I tried it for about 2 weeks. It did not agree with me. It was a mixture by a company that does a subscription. They'll send you enough for the month, each month. I loved the way it tasted, but it was a bit much. Maybe I should have babied myself into it. Let's try get sick again. Maybe we did it wrong the first time. Carl says, I have a friend doing an investigation into people on YouTube. Wow, nice. There's lots of stuff to report on. Lee says, mushrooms should be ate, not drank. Maybe that was my problem. Lee says, that'd be a sure way to make money. I heard the saying about that and mushroom coffee. Not for me. My body agrees with you. Eat them and don't drink them. Do I have mushrooms on pizza? Yes, absolutely. Stuffed mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I really do. But it would not be the first topping I go for. It wouldn't be like I can't have a pizza without mushrooms. Ooh, and you know what I really like? Sardines on pizza. What's it called there? Mushroom on pizza? Mushrooms? I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. But in fact, I'm pretty sure it's not. We just need one pair of socks. One pair would be good. Here, a cheese, tomato, mushroom, and ham is a farmhouse here. Farmhouse pizza. Oh, if there's a name for pizza like that around here, I'm not aware of it. There might be. I'm not a huge pizza connoisseur. Occasionally. She needs socks to get through her day. Oh, there's a matching pair of socks. Good for me. It may be a local thing, but like I said, I'm not big into the world of pizza. Like you said, once in a while, it's good. If she sells socks on the seashore, she needs to because I'll buy some. I do have to go to, I work at Wally World at some point today, so I'll probably take a peek at their socks, see if they have anything fun. What? What was that? What did you do? Should I not put my shoes on yet? Is it making you nervous? I'll put them away. I'll put the shoes away for a little while. Okay? They're right over here. Okay, is that good? Is that good for you, my friend? Is that good for you? Okay, he's a good boy. Boy, I love him. You got cinnamon in your coffee. I watched this girl. She has a YouTube channel. She's wonderful. Her name is Jess, and her YouTube channel is called The Caffeination Station, and she has a little, like a food truck, and coffee's her specialty. And what about it? What was I telling you that for? Oh, I'm so lost. Oh, that's it. She's in Canada, and that's the thing, putting cinnamon in the coffee. I remember now. Okay, good enough. Yeah, Canada. The Caffeination Station. Jess. She does a lot of singing, and she sings really good. But just always so peppy. Hi, Danny. Good morning. And Lee asked, Carl, how is your day going? Lee says, yes, I bet it sells well. Cold climate, hot drink, can't go wrong. Oh, Danny, you know her, that girl from Canada. Yes, Jess. You know exactly who I'm talking about, don't you? Is it that peppy girl who sings? Yeah, she has so much energy. She's the perfect barista. Not too much. She's so creative. Lee says, I'm going to have to see what that's all about. Danny says she must sample her own products. I think she's just naturally that way. You see how thin she is? I think she's just naturally very energetic. She also sells cold drinks. She has her specialty monster drinks, energy drinks that a lot of people, it seems like maybe a lot of workers come by in the morning and grab them. Danny says, yeah, she was singing in the snow. She was. Canadians. Lee from Magnetic North says, here we have cooler weather. Windy cloud cover, perfect for tours. I have to travel an hour to get there. Do you do tours year roundly, or do you do mostly in the warm weather? Lee says, not an easy business as fuel costs money. And if no people buy any food or brewed coffee, it'd be wasted. Danny says, Kat, you seem to know the entire YouTube community. I don't, but I surf around. And I had a lot of time at home when I was sick. And so YouTube is where I hung out. Lee from Magnetic North Adventures says, all year, I've been in the snow recording nature before, but prefer nice weather. I hate being soaked and cold as it makes you ill. I just don't like being cold. Danny says, when were you sick? Maybe 2 years ago, for 2 years. Danny, I developed what they called eosinophil asthma, and I could not walk from one end of a room to another without being totally out of air, and it caused a lot of panic attacks, which I didn't know what a panic attack was. I found out. I didn't know that's what was going on though behind the scenes until much later. Good morning, Lucy. Eosinophilic, I think it is. Danny says, that was before I met you. Eosinophilic asthma is challenging. I am so sorry, Kat. Well, Danny, good news. I no longer have it. They had a miracle. And I've been off Nucala for a good 6 months. And before, if I took a break from it, I was instantly, within a month, back to where I started. Lucy says, I came in with you talking about panic attacks. I didn't know what they were either until I got treatment for them. Danny says, wow, that's great. It is. It's fantastic. Yeah, Lucy, I think unless you experience an actual panic attack, you just really don't know what it's all about. And I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And Danny asked Lucy what kind of treatment she took. Let's know if it was SSRIs. Lee says, Lucy sends unicorn vibes and I send well wishes and health to all. Well, thank you guys. Lucy says, medications and I know it. Oh, honey, exact same thing. I say all the time, I do not wish this on my worst enemy. Yeah. Scary stuff. Oh, that's right. And Danny's sending capybara vibes, which always makes me smile. It's an animal, Lee, a capybara. You have to look it up. Lee says, Danny, I'm sorry, I don't know the meaning of that word. Well, look it up, Lee, and then you'll know. And you'll smile too every time Danny comes in the room. Lucy says, I had my first one at 16 years old. Yeah, and Danny says, a capybara is a really cool animal. Lee says, I will look it up. Lucy, I waited till I was much, much older to have one. much older. Danny says, I am so sorry, Lucy. Danny says, panic attacks can really change your life. Yes. I no longer suffer from them. When I decided to be done with asthma, I was done with the panic attacks too. Knock on wood. I just did. Danny says you are mentally strong, Cat. Nope, not at all. I just had I changed my mind. I just changed my mind, and I had a lot of help. I I got to know Jesus pretty intimately during that time. I had a lot of help. Danny says not everyone can just get out of it. I don't think I could have either just got out of it, but they just went away. But I also believe that your body is a communication device, and the sickness was just trying to tell me a message. And when I got it, it went away. Danny says, amen, love it, Cat. I did have a few missteps along the way. I knew mentally with help, not anything I did by myself, that I could shift it. I could stop being sick. So I just decided I was going to stop taking my medicine. And not shortly after, I was back at the doctor's office telling him I thought I could do it by myself, and he just shook his head and laughed at me. Danny says, I believe that Jesus heals. Lee says, if I'm in the USA, I will be part of a community, but I need to find people who follow the earth like myself. I think you can find them, especially in the Appalachian Mountains. I don't know what's over on the west side of Tennessee. Danny says, I am a believing Christian and a doctor. I don't think the two are mutually exclusive. Me either. That's when you said, I believe Jesus can heal. I was like, well, you're a doctor. You see a lot. You probably do. It made a lot of sense. Carl says, I am not part of a community. You are, though. You have your very own community, Carl. I see that when I go to your live streams. I consider you part of my friend group. Well, everybody should be my friend, but I consider you a part of my morning community, Carl. And Carl, have I told you today, Carl, I love you. I love you, Carl. I love you, I love you, I love you. I just have a really special place in my heart for Carl. Carl says, Diana and Fran told me they love me. Oh, see, Carl, you have a lot of people that love you. Lee says, I bet in Carolina there's Earth followers. I probably would agree with you. I just don't know. I only know Charlotte, and that's a city. It's a bustling city. Danny says, love drives the world. At least it should. I think it does. I think it does. When people allow it to. But they're not in Tennessee, Carl. You're right. Danny says, I think nowadays money drives the world. Unfortunately. Lee says, I'd be in the mountains, not the cities. As too big a place, I'd get lost. Me too. Danny says, unfortunately, greed and selfishness are ever increasing. I also think that we're just being more aware of it because unless these things are allowed to come out into the light, they can't be healed. I do tend to go like that too, Danny, to think like that. Like I have a friend in particular who's in the spiritual circles who I adore. And I've learned so much from her. And she's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so now she's, what do I want to say about it? What I want to say is that my ego mind will automatically go, oh, well, that's all about money. But I know this person's heart, and I know it's more about reaching more people. And my first ego thought is, oh, that's just all about money. Even knowing what I know, that goes so against my thoughts or my true knowing of this person. Carl says, I think small cities are too quiet. Yes, Carl likes the city. He likes New York City too. Lee says there's much peace in the countryside, not in the city. I think some people must be able to find peace in the city. Not me. No, not big as an obesity related. Big as in popular. Popular and I don't know what else I want to say about that. Lee says money is a way. It's not life. Love is the answer. It brings peace and contentment. Lucy says I will, or I get with someone people when you are there to help them, they bite off more than they can chew, treating you poorly in return. When they bite off more than they can chew, treating you poorly in return. Danny says, I see YouTube popular. Yes. Yes, like they've partnered with some bigger YouTube channels. They're growing, and they should, because love creates and love expands. That's what love does. And my point was just that my ego mind will automatically say, oh, that's just about the money, even though I know differently. So I'm just saying, I guess it's easy for us to see the negative things, because that's what's put in our face all the time is the negative things. And we have to look for the love. We have to look for the love behind it, or the true soul of a person, the true essence, not the earthly facade and our ego interpretations. Lee says, I guess everywhere some spiritual people do well, whether on here or not. Ego, go away, come back another day. Today we follow our heart and love. I was just thinking, ego, go away. In the Bible, it talks about Jesus saying, get behind me, Satan. So my new thing is, get behind me, ego. Lucy says, I try to love, but some people are just not appreciative. Most time it works, but some people, you give them an inch and they try to take a mile. And that's where you set up your boundaries. You always just stay you. Put up some boundaries, but not boundaries to love. Carl says, I'm lost here. Danny says, is that from A Course in Miracles? Maybe. I'm not sure what I said, but maybe. Magnetic North says, Lucy, we love you. Yes, we do. I love that you sang twice last night. That was awesome. Thank you, Lucy. Lucy says that makes sense, and that's what I did with certain people. Oh my goodness. think the boundaries thing, it's helpful, but we can go a little overboard with it. That was my case anyways. I was hurt so much that I put up walls that wouldn't let love in, wouldn't let appropriate love in, wouldn't let any kind of love in. But I also made that mistake with some other things too. Just forgetting about the love. Lucy, did you hear that Lee from Magnetic North found I don't know if that word is banned or not allowed. I'm just going to go for it and see what happens. He found on a dig yesterday a active grenade. Isn't that crazy? And there is the link for that video if anybody wants to check it out, because that's amazing. Amazing that he stayed so calm. As he's showing you it, he's figuring out what it is, and he stays so calm. Lee says, you know what I survived yesterday. Today, let's see. Let's see if the big fried breakfast gets me. I'm not quite sure. Lucy says, I looked at it as protecting myself from people that I know have bad intentions. Carl says, we're having a big party in Cat's Town with loud music. Go for it. I'll provide the place. Y'all have to deal with any ramifications of your party. Lee says, it was scary, and calmness is my way. Only not calm on the edge of a cliff. Lucy says, oh wow. Yeah, you'll say oh wow when you see that video. You'll be like, oh. A full English fried meal, sausage, bacon, egg, toast, etc. Lucy says, it definitely looks like one to me. Yeah, he's just holding it in his hand. I'm like, oh my gosh, look what you have in your hand. That sounds good, Lee. Carl says, a full Irish is better. Oh, breakfast? What is a full Irish breakfast, Carl? Lucy says, that is the guy that was hitting on me yesterday. He's handsome on the surface, but I'll see how he's like in time. And she dropped the link. Oh, you dropped the link for the guy. Okay. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Did you? Lee says, it's worse when I pulled it from the magnet because I couldn't see where the pin was. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Lee wants to know also, Carl, what's a full Irish breakfast? videos again. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous, I tell you. I'm gonna mute you for a sec. Don't want to blow my boogies in your ear, no matter how much I like you. Lee says, I have videos when I found magnet, can't see pin. So I've got to be more careful. And hopefully that's the last one I ever find. Yes. Lucy says, I'm so careful with guys. I've been burned and hurt too much. Lucy says, I'm happy just staying single. I've heard that from you before, Lucy. Carl says bacon, beef sausages, mushrooms, soda bread, black and white pudding, scrambled eggs, toast, orange juice, tea, or coffee. Okay, I have questions. What is black and white pudding? Everything else sounds good. You got me puzzled at the black and white pudding. Lee says, wow, Carl, I agree. That's so good. I'm going to try and find that in Manchester. Vladimir says private. Hello, Vladimir. Oh, do you? Danny says I got a copy of A Course in Miracles book now. Wow. Good for you. Hi, Squirrel Sniper. Lee says beef sausage is hard to find where I am. And Squirrel said, Grand Risings, beautiful souls. Vladimir says, what kind of dog is that? That is an Irish setter. Upside down Irish setter and headless. A headless and upside down Irish setter. Danny's is a lazy one. Carl says, try an Irish pub in Manchester, Lee. Lucy says, hello, squirrel. I don't know why I said it like that. Lee says, Carl, thank you. I'll look for one. Is that where I am? As that's where I am today. If I find, I'll film it. Sounds like a lovely meal. The squirrel says hello to everybody. What's wrong with my words? Vladimir says, where are you from? Of course, it is America, but where in America? I am in Northeast Tennessee. And Carl says, there's one in Piccadilly Gardens. Lee says, okay, I'll try to find one as I'll be in. Is it Salford? Squirrel Sniper. Did you see Magnetic North's new short where he found a grenade? You should check that out. Vladimir says, oh, how is life in Tennessee? It's beautiful. I love summertime in Tennessee. Spring and summer are my favorite. If you ever get a chance, you should visit. Where are you from, Vladimir? Let me put up. This link is, I believe it's for Lee's new short with his crazy find yesterday. Squirrel says, oh, another riddle. I need your help, guys. I have an eye, but cannot see. I have a needle, but cannot sew. I have a point, but have no opinion. What am I? A compass. Does a compass have an eye? in the world is my purse. You know I need it first. Danny says, I have one too. What is the capybara's favorite drink? Well, the cat will go make a cup of coffee and have a think. Danny, I am not an amazing singer, but thanks for that. Hey, leave it, my friend. Don't like me, that's gross. Oh, Magnetic North is off. He says, have a good day, everyone. Bye, Lee. Be safe, have fun. Can't wait to see what you find today, or at least see your tours. Oh, Vladimir says, is the riddle a porcupine? A cappuccino. Ugh, I knew it was going to be something like that. So good. Jack. Blah. Lee says, it will be a bonus video if I find that food. Yes, and be sure to tag Carl in it. So is the riddle a porcupine? Let's go back and look at Squall Snipers. I have an eye but cannot see. No. Cappuccino. Oh goodness. Come on, cat. Get yourself together here. Does Jack get bathed? Not enough. Yeah, he gets a bath about every 3 months. I take him to the groomer. I tend to overdo things, and because Jack is a redhead, I automatically assumed he had sensitive skin, so I did the exact opposite of what I would normally do and didn't give him hardly any baths, which backfired on me because I can't get him in the tub for nothing. All my other dogs were so good. But he is due in the next couple weeks. Danny, you should see him after he gets bathed. He is impossibly shiny. Carl says there's plenty of Irish restaurants in Manchester and Salford. Oh, good. Did I miss, or did I read out that Lucy said she had fun singing in Yogi's Live? It was very fun in Yogi's Live last night. And Lucy sang twice for us. It was great. Vladimir says, I guess that's where you're from, huh, Vladimir? Has anybody here been in Russia before? Carl says the plane left yesterday to pick Jack up. Well, that plane, it's got problems, Carl, because I'm still waiting on my bull. I'm ready. I've got a nice fenced in area for him. Danny says, what kind of music are you listening to? Sounds really nice. This is Anjie Hipple. And she is my friend who is in Charlotte, North Carolina. She's a very gifted channeler. And she has a YouTube channel. The music in particular is in my description. There's a link there too. She also has another channel called the Judah channel, but she's a singer. She had a little bit of a singing career for a while, but now she just sings for the love of it. Lucy said, yes, I sang twice and loved it. I enjoyed it. Vladimir says, yeah, I have written a chat up there. I think you missed it. I was born in Russia, but I live in Ethiopia currently. I did miss it. Thank you for telling me again, Vladimir. Wow. Born in Russia, now you're in Ethiopia. Well, welcome. There's Yogi. Good morning, Yogi. Yogi says, Lucy's singing was beautiful. And Carl says, your bull, that bull you've been waiting for is in the field near you. You're not supposed to go find him. I thought he was supposed to be delivered to my door. I already have a name for my bull. I'm going to go out there and call for him. His name is Ferdinand. Danny says, Anjie Carpenter Pitbull, no, Hipple, Hipple. She's the furthest from a pit bull. Oh, so you're not going to do your live stream today, Lucy? Lucy says, I set my stream for tomorrow. I'm just too tired. And Lucy says, good morning, and thank you, Yogi Eric. Oh, Vladimir. Vladimir says, the stream has some unexplainable charm. I like that. Thank you. Danny says, hi, Yogi. Oh, wait a minute. I was supposed to be working on a riddle. Lucy says, yes, I'm exhausted. Well, you know what, Lucy? That's better for me because I'm going to be so busy today. I won't be I won't be able to give my full attention to listening to you. Tomorrow's a much better day for me. Danny says, that's Cat for you. I just think that's great. Squirrel Sniper says, I just seen your short, Lee. Great find. Carl says, he's not tame, Cat. Well, I'm just going to work on taming him. Lucy says, perfect, and has her unicorns, hearts, and rainbow vibes. Thank you. Okay, so Squirrel Sniper's riddle. It was not a compass, apparently. Squirrel says, I have an eye, but I cannot see. I have a needle, but cannot sew. I have a point, but I have no opinion. What am I? Well, thanks, Danny. Cat has unexplainable and inexhaustible charm. It's exhaustible, trust me. You caught me early in the day and we're doing good. Milton says the dog is awake now. He is. Carl says I'll go live and there'll be no one there. I think you get some people, Carl, but you're so set in a schedule that people might not be looking for you in particular on a Saturday morning. But I think it would be great when you do your walks in the mornings to go live. Why not? Milton says, yay. Yeah, he finally got up. That's because he knows I have to leave here soon. Danny says, I only go live in life. Carl says, all Americans are asleep. Oh, if you go live? Yeah, I think that's the problem with being stuck in a set schedule. I think it's a good thing. But if you want to do extra lives, you might not have as many of your friends come along. Oh, look at me, 444. I'm going to take out, hey, squirrel, I don't know. Danny says, never say never and never say always. That's pretty smart. Don't know. So all that to say, Carl says, I'll wait until Thursday. I give up, squirrel. The answer is a tornado. Now, come on, you know I did this before. A tornado. I have an eye. Okay. What is the needle in a tornado? You know I gotta argue the answer. Carl says I must be boring. I don't think you're boring at all. He's not sleeping. He's watching me. Thank you for that, squirrel, but I still got to figure out the needle. The needle in a tornado. You know how I was yesterday? Are you sleeping? Say no, I'm not sleeping. I'm staring you down because I know where you're going. He's concerned about whether or not he's getting locked up. Squirrel is explaining. Thank you. Yeah, Danny, he was watching me. I was pinning something on the laptop across from him. Now he might be sleeping. Just in general, Danny, I'm getting ready for work. Squirrel says the term needle in relation to a tornado refers to a thin, elongated funnel cloud. Oh, well, that was a really good one, Squirrel. Thanks, Danny. Squirrel says there's no I in a compass. Or I. Very good. Yes, Danny. I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Carl says, I'm going to wake 2 Americans up and I'm going to say, Cat told me to. Why are you going to bring me into this? Don't mess with me, Carl. I got a bull. His name is Ferdinand. I'd have to go find him, though. Danny says, that's an interesting schedule. What do you do, Cat? Oh, yeah, everybody knows. I work for Pepsi. I'm not a driver. I'm the person who, when the driver dumps all this stuff in the store, I'm the person who breaks it all down and puts it where it needs to go. I'm a shelf stalker. Pepsi calls it a merchandiser. Carl says, wear red and he'll chase you. Carl, perfect reason why I could never go to work for Coke, because their shirts are red. Thank you. Are we settling in, Jack? This is his, I'm going to be very good. Just ignore me while you go to work. I'll stay right here and be very good until you get to the door. Danny says, oh, that makes sense because you are wearing the Pepsi shirt. Yes. Yes, I don't like Pepsi so much that I'm just wearing their shirts. They have to pay me to advertise. Vladimir says, has anyone figured the riddle out yet? No, I made him tell me. It was a tornado. Yeah, Carl says Coke is opening more factories here. I'll be real honest. And I know my employer wouldn't care for it. But it would not hurt my feelings if Pepsi and Coke did really badly because people were more concerned with their health. Vladimir says NATO. a tornado. Danny says, do you like your job, Kat? I like certain aspects of it. I have a lot of freedom. I don't have a boss breathing down my neck. I know where I'm supposed to go. I know what I'm supposed to do. And I don't have to stay in one place for too terribly long, which is great. Carl says, I'm surprised Coke hasn't bought Pepsi outright. Well, what fun would be in there? I mean, where would the competition be? Danny says, are you part native? No. Vladimir, I'm a merchandiser for Pepsi. Danny, according to my aunt, we are Scottish. But who really knows? You would think Irish, right? That's what I thought too. I just assumed. But my aunt says, no, we're more from Scotland. I don't know how long ago that was, though. What generation came over? It's beyond me. Vladimir, you are my new best friend. Oh, what a unique job. Pepsi, too. I rather Pepsi than Coke. Me, too. Even before I had the job for Pepsi. I was always a Pepsi girl instead of Coke. We're going to get Carl started. Carl says, I can't see a can of Coke with Carl's name on it. You can't? That's the thing right now is Coke has everybody's names on it, Carl. Danny says, I will think of you when I have a Pepsi today. Thanks. Think good things. Carl, I'm gonna make that my mission today. They're gonna think I'm crazy going through all the Coke coolers. You guys know, I don't even know what I did with my can of Coke. I made a video about it. Danny says, I normally drink Coke, but I will make an exception for you today, Kat. You drink what you want. I really don't take it that seriously. It's a bit. I think it's funny. Danny, I am so glad you're here today. Thank you. Vladimir says, Kat, you sound like you are a truly sincere person. You try to be. That hasn't always been the case. But thank you. Vladimir says, and I love all the people in here, how they all know each other. Well, I'm glad you found us, Vladimir. Danny says, you have 2 girls, right? You do? Yes, I do. You paying attention? Carl says Coke owns 7-Up and Sprite now. Well, they've always carried Sprite, but I don't know about the 7-Up thing, at least not here. 7-Up is their own entity here. And the interesting thing is it's Dr. Pepper Snapple owns 7-Up. But in Tennessee and Virginia, it's split up between Pepsi and Coke distributing Dr. Pepper. Like I can go to some stores and I will work Dr. Pepper, and then I go to other stores and I don't touch the Dr. Pepper. It's really confusing. Danny says, are they the ones that are in the video when you are looking for Christmas trees? One of them is. The other one is her daughter. My other daughter is in a softball video. She was in a softball World Series last year. Vladimir says, does anybody know the reason Fanta started? Fanta's history? No. Do you know? Carl says Atlanta, Georgia is where Coke started up. Yeah, they have a huge plant. I feel like going through on the highway, you can see the Coke plant. Danny says, wow, then she must be quite athletic. She loves softball ever since high school. And she's been out of high school for a while now. She's still 3 or 4 times a week playing softball. She was telling me she applied for a new job the other day and told them she needed Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons off for softball, which automatically took her out of running for the job. Vladimir says, oh, you are in for a treat, Cat. The story of Fanta? Oh my gosh. Vladimir, you're going to have to come back tomorrow and tell me the story of Fanta, because it is 5 a.m. and I always go over to Yogi's live stream. So I love you. I love you. I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you have a fantastic day. I did not play softball, Danny. Bye.